back to the Monstercast, Monstercast, Cast, Monstercast, 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 Monstercast. Welcome back to the Monstercast.
Alright, on today's
We're
edition,
back.
we are doing seasonal shanty. Alright, guys, what do you think?
Seasonal depression.
Now then, bruh. Today, we are doing seasonal
Yes.
shanty. So, guys, what is your opinion on seasonal shanty when it first came out?
Great
Shanty.
album, honestly.
Shanty Update 1. It was a bit empty but simple. It was basically
It sounded full. I almost thought at first I thought, oh, this song's kind of bad, but now it's like, no, this is a great song.
No,
I love
Arrow,
this song.
I'm gonna have to, rebuttal you on that, because this is not a simple song at all.
Yeah, it was a little simple at the start, but then as it grew, it became more complex.
I would argue it was
Shanty
pretty
was
complex
always-
in the start.
It's a very complex song from the start.
Yeah, it was really complex in the start.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
It's like Goblin verse was pretty simple, but like the main verse was really complex already.
Maybe the start verse, because it has like.
But the first verse, which is the first two monsters, never changed.
It's kind of like
three monsters. You forgot Yule.
Three. You're missing Yule.
It's like
yeah,
it's
true.
Like
well,
Scar
remembers Yule on
the
seasonal
intro.
Shanty.
Oh god. 1 sec.
And
intro's good.
Intro is really good. You just have Smoochel starting off the whole thing with Hula.
The intro is so good that they don't even need to change it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they already struck gold.
They did.
Yeah, Smoochel, that track one, it's just the perfect opener. Like, it was so good they used it in the trailer.
Bro, that first track is... Oh my god. Okay, let me just give you the rundown on Smoochel. So Smoochel on this album is like actually perfection. Bro, that first track is delicious. Like, when it gets going, it gets going. Like, at one point, there's actually like a little dissonance between the two voices, and then immediately goes into like this perfect harmony between the two. And like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad they're like dissonant for that little bit, because then that non-dissonant part just sounds really good.
Like, yeah, like they play into the fact that it has like two heads, so it's two people speaking at once.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been the whole thing with Smoochel since it first came out.
There's also the fact that it's not as high pitched as it normally is, but I think it works in its favor.
It really does.
All the original like chorus seasonals had their voices, except for Hula. Like they sound a little different, but it ended up working in the song's favor.
I mean, let's be real. This is all the chorus seasonals' best island.
True. Oh my gosh. Remember when we thought that Blabbit was gonna be fucking Jamboree?
Bruh. No, I don't remember that.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. He's talking about how in the trailer we didn't know that because they put Jamboree sound in the trailer, and some people thought that was what Blabbit was gonna sound like.
I remember
now
that.
Now you speak my language.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember. I thought that was Blabbit too, but it wasn't.
Damn. That's a rip.
Oh, the memories.
Brain blast.
The memories.
Good times, good times.
So I guess with Blabbit, we could talk about the Blabbit verse, right?
Amazing.
The Blabbit verse.
I said the Blabbit verse. There's 3 different verses with Blabbit.
So much stuff comes in that verse, man.
Bro, and it all works together. Like it's like fucking Continent, my guy. It's like literally everything just working together as a unit.
Coming from you, that's a high compliment.
That is a really high compliment. If you can get out to Continent, that's insane. Bro, Tom really popped off.
Exactly. Is it that good? Like, what there is like outstanding?
Alright, so...
Hula?
Yes, but literally everything. Everything, like, literally just works together as one unit. Because what starts the verse? Like, you got Smoochel starting off the verse with Yule. Then it goes to Blabbit. Then it goes to Hula. Then Gobbledygook comes in. Plus you got like Fiddle and the percussion doing all their things and just adding so much rhythm. And everything coming together really nicely. And then at the very end, everything just like ends off at like the most perfect note with Gobbledygook and Hula just ending that verse off. And then it repeats. and you get like the same thing, but it's still absolutely amazing. And then later the verse, you get Bookworm just to add even more onto it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Tom, you popped off with this one.
Like specifically the chorus seasonals, like Smoochel, Blabbit, and
they all just play off each other so
trio.
good.
And Gobbledygord.
Yeah, well, Gobbledygord is like, he comes in like halfway, so he just like makes the verse more interesting.
And then also Fiddle.
And Fiddle, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, Fiddle's the instrumentation in that verse.
Fiddle's kind of like Fiddle kind of like takes the
Fiddle
job.
actually duets with Blabbit though.
No. It's like I compare Fiddle to
I think all the monsters in that verse duet with each other.
Yeah, well. I compare Fiddle to what Stog, Bogart, and Quibble did on Continent. He's like your instrumental melody underneath everything, all the complex vocals.
Exactly.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Because like instrumentals and vocals are always gonna stand out from each other.
Exactly. Like Tom actually popped off in that verse.
He did. He really did.
Yeah.
But I think what I'd argue really holds the whole song together is the castle bass. We gotta talk about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yo, I love the castle bass. It sounds like some Nick Jr. cartoon.
I swear, I've heard this thing's sound font in some ARM song. It's pretty neat. Like
this is like the second time they use like, I forget what kind of bass it is, but it's like the same bass that Thwack is. But like, it's obviously a VST, but like that's not to its detriment. It holds the whole verse together. Like without the bass, like the entire song is just noise. Like it's actually
and that's like
probably the best bass in the game.
That's the second weakest castle track in Seasonal Shanty.
True. Like the castle just actually, the castle, it doesn't peak here. Yet.
Yeah, this castle's honestly
the castle's best island.
This is easily the best castle island. It's not even a contest.
Exactly. Oh yeah, this is the best castle by default for a certain reason. We'll get to that.
And then after that verse, you got the Golly verse. Or the Monculus verse.
There's a lot of things you can call that verse, to be honest.
The verse, the Carolong verse, the Punkleton verse.
The everything verse.
No, the everything verse is the last verse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is just like the calm before the storm verse.
We're just getting...
It's like weird, because it's empty, but not.
Yeah, Monculus just immediately fills in.
We should talk about Monculus.
I'll say that's actually what's really cool about that verse, because like, Whizbang especially like did it where like the verse like starts out really quiet, but then Whizbang's like whistle like transitions into the verse being full, and then the verse is just full.
Yeah, Whizbang's whistle, and then the castle, and then Monculus.
Bro, Monculus on this island?
Yeah, like there's a strategic pause, and like Whizbang's like entire track just is perfect. Like it's
and the only monster at this pause is Punkleton.
But it really helped make it clear what that verse is trying to be.
Yeah, Whizbang really does its job really well.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I didn't even realize I just said that Whizbang transitions. Get it?
Ha! 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 Ha!
Shout out to all my trans homies.
Alright, then
is there anything else? Oh, yeah, Carolong!
Liam needed more time in the oven. Yo, shout out to the dragon, the resident dragon.
Shout out to the monster that does nothing on this island.
What do you mean, bro? Carolong's good.
Bro, it's mid.
I guess you noticed it in the Jamboree verse.
I guess.
How is it mid?
Listen,
why is it mid?
It's just the castle base, but it doesn't really like
you can say that about Mammoth on literally every island.
Okay, true.
So what separates the two of them?
Okay, listen. Mammoth, the song uses Mammoth to its full advantage. It's like when the song wants to use Mammoth, it's always like the forefront. It is always the main focus of the verse he's in. And then Carolyn's just kind of like in the background of this song, so it just doesn't really stand out.
Well, I think it does because it helps bring out those notes on like a much higher pitched instrument. And it doesn't just play in those verses, it plays in the next one as well.
I don't really see the hype. It's just mid. This one does.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not. It's never been really a hype monster, but it's not like a bad one either.
It's not bad. It's just kind of there, which like
Yeah.
I can deal with considering how insane the rest of this island is. So it doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, I guess fair. It's all just a matter of opinion at that point.
And then what comes after this? Oh right, Monculus.
Oh yeah, the Blabbit. Oh wait, no, that's Jamboree.
No, we gotta talk
Guys,
about Monculus first.
We gotta talk about it. We have to talk.
We have to talk about it.
Yo, we get to talk about the cake.
Bro, no.
I love the cake.
No,
we're not talking about the cake.
Monkey Meow.
We're gonna talk about Drew's male wife.
Monkey.
Bro,
I'm talking about my boyfriend. I mean, Monculus.
All right, Drew.
What kind of monkeys and Beezos is?
Drew, why is Monculus god tier?
Okay, so again, it's what I was talking about earlier. You know, that whole verse, it starts out really quiet and it builds up to something greater. Like it's just quiet and then everything's just builder. And Monculus is the perfect example of that. And I'll tell you why. So, first of all, really cool vocal. Most of the time, vocals that just go, like they just feel so uninspired. But Monculus manages to take what would be a very draining vocal and makes it something amazing.
Real.
Because even it all comes into the fact of Monculus as a monster itself. It's this giant, eerie, ghostly, haunting rock monster, and they use that to its advantage by giving it this ominous build-up sound effect, like this echoey breathing, and you can't really hear it in the full song, but it just adds, again, to that build-up, that anticipation, and vocoded vocals are like a lot better with what they do with it, and it's just, and like Hero Long 2, it also plays along to the castle bass, but like it's a layered vocal, and the effects it's so beautiful.
Monculus is
We gotta
awesome.
praise Monculus more. As I was saying, Monculus does stop, but then he plays again, and it's more original, and it's perfection. Anyone who says Monculus isn't that, you're lying to yourself. Embrace the monkey man.
Punkleton is all right in the verse. He's not bad, and people who say that, and people say. And
we gotta address Punkleton's voice change.
Bro, people who hate on Punkleton's voices. Bleh. Okay, people who hate on Punkleton's voice change don't know what they're missing out on because it's actually really good. It's like really good.
Yeah, like I can't even hate it because like when I first got Punkleton, like. The voice change was it caught me so off guard, it made me laugh. Like, I couldn't, if a vocal can make me laugh unironically, then I can't hate it.
Punkleton, people who hate Punkleton on Shanty are just stupid.
Yeah, and it's not even bad. Like, it's a very, I mean, I guess it's justified at the time because, like, no, it is justified because, well, not just, it's justified to be caught off guard in the moment because, like, you're so used to Punkleton being this way, so when it's changed, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can get behind it. But you have to understand what seasonal shanty is as a whole and what it's trying to be and what it's trying to do. So you understand that the way it is now is acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yeah,
acceptable.
Shanty's more of a quiet song.
Shanty's more like calming than.
It's more of a quiet song, so Punkleton had to be reshaped.
I don't think I would deny that Punkleton's original voice wouldn't work, but the whispery new voice does work.
Yeah,
for what Shanty
whispery Punkleton isn't bad. It works for the verse it's in. I guess if it was in like the first
and
verse,
it's so important too. Like.
It's like the only thing playing besides Yule in the first part of that verse.
In the verses it plays in, like everything. Well, I mean, there are some stuff. It's really just that first verse. There isn't anything that plays on that first beat. So Punkleton playing there is really important.
It keeps the rhythm going, keeps the flow of the song going.
Exactly. That's another reason why it's important. It helps with the rhythm.
So like, if you take out Punkleton, then it's just like the song becomes really stiff and lifeless.
Yeah,
it does. I mean, you can say that about almost any season of this island.
True.
You notice.
Yeah.
That's probably the
Yeah,
best
because like Goblin
modern
Lord
Descent
actually
songs.
sings, for
Oh
example.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. Speaking of the first verse, Goblin Lord had the redemption of a lifetime.
True. Goblin Lord's redemption arc. We gotta address that as well.
Oh yeah, let's not forget Goblin Lord's in this verse too, and it's really good. We got.
Yeah, that's true. I always knew Goblin Lord was like capable of doing that kind of singing, and it's like you guys know CJ Vibes, like
yes,
Yeah,
my
we know.
man.
like he would do that with Goblin Lord too, and it's like, bro, Goblin Lord has so much potential as a monster, and then they did it, and it was amazing.
Goblin Lord.
All they had to do was give it an
yeah.
actual singing voice.
I know, like, this island is so good.
Bro, this
Yeah,
island like
and then-
actually
and then
knows how to use its
and then
monsters.
we have Whiz Bang putting in some subtle percussion.
Subtle? I wouldn't call it subtle.
Oh yeah, definitely not
Yeah,
subtle.
more like literal explosion.
Yeah, it's like percussion that fits in the verse because of the tone.
It's like pseudo percussion.
Yeah. That's basically what it does.
Needs more percussion. Season Shanty needs more percussion.
Unbased.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to more percussion later.
Yeah, that's enough of the percussion. And then we have I think that we spoke about.
Yeah, then we get to the Jamboree verse.
Yeah, we need to talk about the boss of Seasonal Shanty.
Bro, Jamboree on this island is awesome.
The top seasonal.
Jamboree is a perfect monster.
Literally perfect.
Jamboree is awesome.
Its melody is so gorgeous.
Yeah, freaking.
I don't care how they made that sound. If it sounds good, it's good in my book.
Real.
Guys, what is the sound for Jamboree?
No, I don't know.
We'll never know, Liam. It's like Monculus, where like and even its design, because like it makes the sound using those candles, which are distressed for some reason, and like it's weirdly haunting, but it's nostalgic.
It gives a sense of nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well,
yeah, like it sounds like something you've heard before.
See, it's like it's like the perfect blend of the old core seasonals and the new Ox seasonals. Cause like this is such a weird island. Cause it's both a send off and an introduction. It's a send off for the old classics and an intro to the new stuff. And so
it's a send off to the core seasonals of the past and the Oxes of the future.
Exactly.
I guess Jamboree and the song as a whole like is representing of like bringing everything together.
Exactly.
Like it's.
I mean, isn't that what happens in a birthday?
True.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Jamboree went to Gold Island.
Yeah, and then like it comes back in like the ending verse with that track, and like it really brings everything together.
True. We'll talk about Gold another time.
Yeah, we'll talk about the. But now we're talking about the.
How are you guys so good at doing that impression?
It's an instrumental. You can't do a vocal. I mean, God, it technically is the vocal because, like, well, no, because that's like saying Fiddleman's a vocal.
Because it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's like saying that.
It's fun, even if it's not accurate.
Is a vocal.
Honestly, I think Jamboree being hard to replicate makes it better.
Yeah. Jamboree
that's just how high quality.
Jamboree is just the new humbug.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough about you. Yeah.
Humbug, my favorite seasonal.
A lot of the other monsters that played in the previous verse stop just to have it like be like a somber, empty thing. And then
Humbug,
the cat even
seasonal sickness.
Except for two things. Punkleton and dang 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 dang.
Humbug, the seasonal of global pandemic.
Seasonal of Diane Delzig.
It's not
true. Only real ones know who that is.
Yeah. She's a
seasonal of secret formula.
Yeah, listen, and Carolong is a very simple but effective monster for that verse.
Yeah, Carolong plays in this verse There's actually a lot of weird stuff that plays in this verse.
Yeah, like
I think Furlong's really good in this verse, but we already said it's not really.
It copies the castle, and while people may say that that's not a good thing,
it's a lot of effort for a seasonal.
Yeah,
and then it just does. Like it's different when it's like Mammoth, which is like a monster you get in 2 minutes, versus like Carolyn, which takes like 2 days to get.
It's like 4 days.
Castle, but again,
it's like the fish.
It's like the fish.
Oh,
yeah.
No one's gonna get that.
Didn't ask.
Didn't
But yeah, no.
Right.
Even still, it's harmless, and like we already
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay. It exists.
All right. We've talked about Punkleton. I think that's it for this verse.
Well, speaking of Punkleton, a change they did make later on in the song was adding Punkleton to that Jamboree intro verse.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Honestly, I think that was a really good change.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was really weird at first, but like, Punkleton, like we said earlier, keeps the energy of the song going, and now with a bunch of stuff playing in that verse, it helps make the transition more natural.
Exactly.
Yeah, Punkleton.
And it helps that Punkleton is quiet too, because it's not meant to be the focus of that verse, but it is in the background keeping that energy.
Punkleton is in the booga booga. Booga booga.
Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. Like if Punkleton was shouting, it would make that verse worse, but because it's quiet, like it's just keeping the energy.
Yeah.
But like not being the focus. You just hear it in the background and it helps.
It helps
the transition feel less abrupt. It's like Sanctum's evolution done right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because like,
can't believe we get the Roshan.
Like they keep adding stuff.
Even after
the transitions are still a bit rough. But like Shanty, like they actually changed parts of the song, so transitions between verses weren't as abrupt.
Oh
yeah.
We're gonna get the changed parts.
I will say though, I did edit the midis to remove Punkleton from that part, and it doesn't sound bad with the current version of the song, but the default version also doesn't have to sound bad as well.
It's serviceable.
Thank you for your input, High School Dragon.
Yes. See, because I play MSM on Steam, so I can edit the midis.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to my homie.
Shout out to our boy Wither of Earth. We love you, my guy.
Shout out to Wither of Earth.
All right, shall we talk about the next verse?
Then we get the first verse reprise.
But Bookworm.
Okay, listen. Bookworm was like the most controversial monster that this island got, and like I get it, but like also it kind of pops off. Not gonna lie.
It's probably
the most controversial monster on Seasonal Shanty was another female percussionist monster.
We don't talk about that one. That one.
There's like 3 of those on this island. What the hell?
Yeah. Primavera was definitely the most controversial. But
okay, but that was for different reasons.
Monster,
yeah, we're gonna let Hollow speak on that, but
yeah,
we're talking about Bookworm.
Yeah, we're talking about the reprise of the first verse with added things.
We're talking about.
Okay,
Bookworm
listen.
Makes me salty, but I can't hate it.
It's a really good percussion monster, and the placements don't bother me.
Yeah, I can get behind the placement, honestly.
Yeah, the placement it picks up the energy of the song from the somber tone, like to speed things up, and it keeps it going to the very end, which I can definitely. It keeps the verse fresh.
I wouldn't call
Jamboree's verse also removed the bass.
I wouldn't call that verse somber. I'd say more so like you just survived a dangerous voyage.
What?
Yeah.
What's so dangerous about Shanty?
No way. Yeah,
because it's a shanty. It's pirates. Arr.
You know, sailors also sung shanties.
Yeah. And the waters. Yeah, and the open ocean definitely isn't dangerous. There definitely isn't like sharks and shit in there.
Your face is in there. That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Were you about to say your mom is a shark?
Another part of that verse, which actually is pretty good, is the first half doesn't have the castle, but then the second half has it.
I'm a bit salty about that, but it's fine. I like that they made the song a bit more complex.
It's good variety. It's good variety for the verses.
We didn't even talk about the castle.
Oh yeah, the castle carries.
I guess we'll talk. I'll briefly mention it, but like, No, we didn't talk about the castle at all. But like, I mean, we did say it's important to the song, but like,
We
we'll
didn't
talk
go into
about it in
detail.
Jamboree's verse. But like, it's like a calmed down version of the second track that plays with Punkleton. But it helps that like it helps that it like ends. So when the castle just stops playing, it's very natural, and then it comes back in again, and it makes the song more interesting.
Yeah,
But you also notice when the castle leaves, and I guess that's what makes Bookworm important, because Bookworm is very bassy.
Oh yeah.
So it helps keep the song together in the castle's absence.
Yeah.
I
was wondering if you guys even noticed that the castle is absent.
Honestly,
Well,
that still kind of bothers me.
It now since they nerfed a certain aspect of the castle.
Okay, listen, the castle not playing.
It is noticeable.
When the first verse comes back in and the castle must play, it still kind of bothers me to this day. Not gonna lie.
The castle stops playing, or when it did start?
When it stops playing, when the first verse comes back, like it stops playing, I'm like, that not good.
I can agree with that. Like again, I edited the midis and I edited that track back, and it does sound good when the castle just plays 2 times again. So you could argue it was an unnecessary change to the song.
See, I think they should have gone with like other monsters not playing there rather than the castle, because castle's kind of essential to that part.
Yeah, true. Maybe you could have played halfway through instead.
Like maybe,
like
Clavavera or Vivian coming later in the second part.
Yeah, true.
I think that would have been better.
I do think Vivian and Bookworm especially should duet, because like shaker percussion is like required to have like actual percussion duetting with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Vivian is able to hold its own very well.
That's why
That's a very good shaker track. Oh yeah, and the freaking achoo!
The freaking wing.
Yeah, can we talk about the achoo?
I think the achoo, I've heard some people say it's too repetitive. I disagree, because I think it also helps with transitioning throughout the songs.
Gosh,
like the achoo also syncs up with like hula and gobbledygords, like ooh, and it's like it's like a trio freaking transition, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because it plays like the last minute beat, so like it especially helps with like the transition from the very last verse to the intro of the song. But we'll get to that later. Oh yeah, and Jamboree plays in this verse too.
I don't think there's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jamboree.
I think we
Jamboree second track, guys.
Not as good as the first one.
Debatable.
It's more so supportive than the main focus, so that's why.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the.
And then we move on to the peak verse.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
literal bass drops.
Bro.
We move on to the verse.
The castle jump scare.
Who doesn't love this verse?
Castle jump scare, true.
This is Fiddle's verse.
Yeah, the verse Fiddle added when he joined the Shanty.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Yeah, this verse is so good, man.
Bro, I love Spirit.
I guess we now have to call the Spirit verse.
Bro, I love Fiddle and Spirit on this island.
Bro, Spirit is actually unironically good in that verse.
He is. That verse is just really. It's the most simple verse in the song, but it's like also one of the most effective.
Spirit being seasonal, but I do like Spirit as well.
We have a Fiddle in the castle duet like. Yeah, it's like Ambra, and then Spirit transition to the next time the castle plays. Like it does the huzz right before, and then the za right when it plays.
This isn't Oasis, Arrow. This is just huzzah, not huzz. Bah.
I'm trying to. This is how I'm trying to explain it. You know. and then we have other monsters like percussionists like Clavavera, Whizbang, Vivine, and Bookworm
Honestly,
playing.
this is probably the verse that Clavavera peaked in.
Yeah,
this verse is where a lot of the percussionists really get to shine, except for Yule.
Yule's kind of. Yule doesn't play there.
Shines in the first verse.
Yule already carries like half the song.
That's true.
Yeah, Bookworm is like especially good in this verse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whizbang also plays here too.
That verse in general is just really well made.
The Ox seasonal verse, because like only Ox seasonals play here.
Yo, just like how we got a Dream mythical verse and a mythical verse.
Bro, Fiddle does not feel like an Ox seasonal. It feels like a core seasonal, but it's an Ox seasonal, but it doesn't feel like
which
one.
Seasonal?
It's Fiddle. I'm like,
Fiddle is just above and beyond. Like
Fiddle's like
the atmospheric.
It's one of those monsters I just feel like it's been longer than it actually has.
Literally, it's an authentic recording. It's an authentic fiddle too. That's also gonna get bonus points.
That's true.
Yeah, like Fiddle just adds so much atmosphere to the verse. Like it just feels like it looks.
I mean, he has like the main melody. So yeah.
It's
the last verse of the song.
The peak of the song, where all the monsters play at once.
Where almost all of them play.
You know, Tom, he loves them bloated outros.
Yeah, I do like.
Yeah.
Except for Amber, apparently. Look, in Spirit, Fiddle, and Spirit basically play in this verse.
I don't think Actually, I don't think Tom composed Sanctum.
No, he didn't.
I don't know if he. Yeah. Tom's only
exactly.
composed 3: Shanty, Amber, and Mythical.
And the upcoming island, I guess.
Well, we don't know. They did get Dave back, but we digress.
Dave.
Yeah. And this verse actually isn't that bad.
Honestly, it's really well made.
So much shit because there's like so much new tracks. We didn't even talk about Blabbit, dude. Or that much.
Blabbit, honestly, weakest monster in that verse.
Blabbit is a great monster on this island. I will fight you on that, Lian.
Fight.
In my opinion, Blabbit's the weakest monster.
Alright, Lian, I'm gonna tell you why Blabbit is great on Seasonal Shanty. So first of all,
because he's a bunny and I feel like rabbit.
Yes, I am a man of rabbits, but I am also a man of Blabbits. And Blabbit on Seasonal Shanty, again, the voice change isn't as noticeable. And at first you think, oh, what is this thing doing? It's just kind of like muddling up. But if you take a minute to listen to Blabbit individually, you'll realize that it's just as expertly crafted as Smoochel and Hula is. Because they all do this trio and it sounds really good. But Blabbit plays off Smoochel and Hula. Or he kind of plays with Hula. So it's kind of hard to notice it.
It's
but
because
Blabbit,
it physically clashes.
It does not clash, Lian. I don't know what you're talking about.
What is he babbling on about?
What blood is just waffling?
What am I blabbiting all about?
True.
what is bro blowing bubbles about?
Honestly, in my opinion, Blabbit's like the weakest Shanty monster.
What? No way.
Not weak.
You don't notice it that much.
You notice it in the you do notice it. That's cap. You do notice Blabbit.
Hey, honestly, I think Caroline is weaker than Blabbit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Not when Caroline is there.
Fair because like Caroline just does the castle, but like Blabbit actually has stuff to its name.
Exactly, man. We stand Blabbit in this household.
Like, especially that track too. Like it probably isn't the greatest thing MSM has to offer, but by Blabbit standards, it's phenomenal. It pops off.
My man popped off.
Like those first 7 notes, like it does triplets, and it's just so good. And
it clashes with the other seasonals rhythmically.
It does not clash. Shut your damn crackhead mouth, Lian.
Please don't mind Lian. He's just an idiot.
We don't know what Blove is babbling on about.
And it's not just Blabbit that gets a second track in this verse. Like that's what makes this verse so great.
Seasonal gets a second track in this verse.
Literally, like that's just so crazy as well. Like so many seasonals get like second tracks.
That's a good thing.
Specifically the core seasonals, they got a lot of second tracks.
I mean, this is their send off.
Push the cores to their potential.
I only noticed Blabbit and Smoochel second track.
What do you mean?
You're telling me you don't notice Hula as well?
Bruh.
You don't notice Punkleton's second track?
I
It was
forgot.
such a good
You don't
second
notice
track.
anything that plays in the most bloated verse of that song.
I forgot Hula's second track. How could I forget Hula? She's like the main part of that. Of the
Yo, yo, yo!
It's
Yo,
hard
yo,
to say.
yo!
I don't want to call it obnoxious, but I could see why some people would think it is, because not everyone likes Hula.
It's just basically Hula. She's out and about and energetic because summer song.
Hula just works better when it's with other monsters.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird when it's by itself with a. But again, this is Smoochel and Blabid, it's expertly crafted.
Yeah, this is Hula's only island where it's without pom pom, so it was gonna be a bit strange.
It's like if Cave Island has the Mimic, but also not Flog.
You did not just say the Mimic. It's just Mimic, Liam.
Oh boy, Juice about to throw hands.
I know what he's talking about.
I will throw hands because Hula. At first, I found it's like Hula really obnoxious, but now it's just like funny.
Yeah. It can get annoying to some people, but it's fine.
It kind of gets funny with gobbledygook, but in the ending verse, the two of them stand on their own a bit more.
And then
Hula's second track is great.
From the outro to the intro.
Bro, you haven't even talked about Smoochell's second track. That's the shit.
You do your rant about Smoochell's second track.
That's the actual peak.
That is the shit. Okay, hot take. Probably not a hot take. Smoochell's second track is literally the best vocal track in the entire franchise. You will never change my opinion on this.
Honestly, I won't try to change your mind because that is an incredible pick for a best vocal performance.
Bro, this
might actually be the best vocal performance.
It's so good.
It makes me so glad that people actually universally agree that Smoochell is amazing on this island.
Yeah, for real.
It's surprising me how much people recognize that Smoochell is great on this island.
Smoochell definitely deserves the praise.
Smoochell is Hollow's polyamorous relationship.
Smoochell's already. Smoochell isn't polyamorous.
Bruh.
Well, actually, is Smoochell technically polyamorous if you breed it with another monster?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not called the season of love for nothing, guys.
Bruh.
Breed it with Carolog.
Oh my gosh.
It ain't the seasonal of National Riz Day for nothing.
Oh my gosh, no one's gonna get the reference.
Bruh.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's begin to delve into the musical intricacy of Smoochell Track 2 on Seasonal Shanty.
Alright, let's let Hollow speak, everyone.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, this goddamn melody is actually beautiful in every single way, shape, and form. The vocal performance literally just makes me want to ascend into literally heaven and back. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you did such a good job with this. The way it just plays off of literally everything is like, how is this possible? How is something allowed to be this perfectuous in fucking My Singing Monsters?
It only works for Smoochell.
Bro. And then, it's literally the entire backbone of that entire verse. If you take Smoochell out, you literally don't have a song. It doesn't exist.
It is. It is the thing to focus on in that verse.
Jeez, that vocal performance.
Do it with the castle.
That vocal performance just makes it soar.
The perfect time to compliment Smoochell when it does.
True. It's
Smoochell, when it goes da blah. And then that's when the castle comes in.
Smoochell really is the Bogart of this island. If you don't work with Smoochell, what are you doing?
Yeah, Bogart. No, not Bogart. Smoochell is chords.
Exactly. Wait, no.
I remember hearing someone actually, maybe it was with her, but someone was arguing Smoochell was a chorded melody. Because Seasonal Shanty doesn't really have chords.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't have.
Bad.
It doesn't have chords. Everything
works. If anything, that's just Shanty flexing that it doesn't need chords to be good.
Yeah. Shanty's like every monster doing something different, but it's like Psychic second verse done right.
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah, because I would even see Leon does not like the Psychic Island disc. I would hear predictions of Seasonal Shanty, and they would add chords, and it just took away something from the song. It didn't work with chords.
I would say that this song really doesn't need it because everything else is already so complex.
Yeah.
Like this song is clearly not trying to be like that. It's trying to be its own distinct thing from every other island. So like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it doesn't
Like
need it.
MSM as a whole just has such a unique composing style.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Shanty's
That's
a
what makes it
celebration.
so endearing to everyone.
Like we said before, Shanty's a celebration of two things: the chorus from before and the oxes from the future.
Yeah, this is what makes Shanty
course.
such a weird island to talk about because it's a send off and an introduction.
I thought Arrow was gonna try
Yeah.
and rhyme ox with something, but
Con-
there isn't really a lot of words that end in ox.
Yeah. Yeah. The ox seasonals were great. We should hand them the ox cord.
All right, it's time to talk about the Shanty Castle in this verse.
It pops off. None said.
Peak MSM Castle.
This is the
And
best
fair
castle track.
This castle, it's the best for a number of reasons, but I'd say one of those reasons is just recontextualizing castle basses as a whole, because they kind of did it with Sanctum, where it's this really weird. I think it's called like a tempura or something. Just
It's
before it's just like it just needs to be bassy instruments, but the shanty it's an entire brass ensemble. There's strings, there's brass, there's bass,
it really
there's,
like
there's
set
everything.
it set a new boundary to what the castle can do.
Yeah, like castles are not limited to just bass. Like you can have strings and brass. It can be anything. And I like that it's emblematic as well. It's just like MSM breaking pre-established boundaries, like no longer being limited to certain things.
It's a good
Like
thing
they put
moving
the
to the
castle its
future.
full potential here. Like it's a bass, but also a melody, and you can't have it without it. Like if it's like the song will fall apart without this castle.
No,
It will just be
literally.
noise.
It like this song without
It
castle bass
helps
doesn't
you
exist.
appreciate how intricate everything is because it's the foundation of the song. So everything gets to work off of it, and then you can appreciate how interesting it is
Exactly.
and well crafted it is.
MSM is truly a master of its craft.
This song just is something else. Like it just is stupidly complex and masterly put together.
Exactly, dude. And it's kind of hard to notice it, like, because like the seasonals as a whole are kind of like really lighthearted, like again, like Smoochel, Yule, like Hula, Gobbledygore, like there's a bunch of silly vocals like Spirit 2, but like they're able to recontextualize the silliness and make it beautiful.
It's like seasonals always had like a distinct identity to them. They were just kind of like usually they're just like adding on to another melody and being support. This time they're like their own thing. They're like finally stepping outside their
like
boundaries.
Now they can't just like be slapped onto a song and call it to a day. Like they have to carry a song their own way.
It's like this island really pushed the boundaries to what they can and cannot do. And I think Tom really popped off with this one. He like definitely like he knew what he had to do and how to do it, and he did it perfectly.
He had a better understanding of seasonals than he did fire monsters.
True.
Nah, Tom did what he could. Tom is a great composer and definitely a worthy successor of he who is Kerr.
Listen, we
We'll
do not
see
blame.
about that.
We can't blame Tom
We
for
don't talk
what
about
happened
a
to
Dave
Amber.
Kerr Island because surprisingly we haven't talked about a Dave Kerr Island.
Yeah, we're getting
talking about the Dave Kerr Island soon.
we're getting through these islands first.
We're getting through the
We're
news.
going through the islands of the others. We're going through the MSM. Do we call who do we call MSM Jesus? Tom or Dave?
Both.
Yeah,
Definitely Dave.
we're going through the islands of the current MSM Jesuses.
Yeah, sure. I think Dave is the Jesus because like BBV is God.
True.
Yeah, BBB is God and the composers are Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Dave Kerr coming back is literally the second coming.
It's literally the second coming of MSM Jesus.
The second coming of Dave Kerr.
Real.
He came back to make peak. And he could possibly come back whenever they need him to.
That's hype. That's really hype.
Yeah, that's hype. Like, I don't know if there's anything left to talk about.
I feel like we should mention the one weakness Shanty has.
What are you talking
What
about?
is it?
There is no such thing as weakness.
Listen. It's just percussion placements.
You know what? Oh yeah, that's fair.
Bookworm!
I didn't need to go into it earlier, but like I said, I was
get
like salty about Bookworm because like there was a trailer that dropped that like spoiled Bookworm sound, and people were like, "Bro, Shanty." Everyone and their mom, while Shanty was being updated, was like, "Bro, Shanty needs more percussion. Shanty needs more percussion." And it's like I feel like one of the reasons Shanty worked was its lack of percussion.
True. It's not the lack of percussion that bothers me. It's just like the placements for them that could have been better.
It's because like the percussion, it's all very like non-traditional, like pseudo stuff, like claves, shakers, explosions, like
Freaking
like if you just added like a lame drum loop on it, it would just take away what make the percussion.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
AKA Wobbling Island.
See, this is why Hollow doesn't like drum kit monsters.
Listen, we have some
like
good drum kit monsters.
Like the Wobbling Island cast.
No. We have some good percussion monsters on Woodland Island. It's just that it probably would have been a good idea to put percussion on this island.
MFs will be like...
Maybe slower percussion would have been better. I don't know.
Listen, I just think that the song could have had better placements for its percussion because
I agree.
It could have been like a little bit more spicy if we mixed up the placements.
Yeah, what would you propose then?
Oh, I gotta say this now. MSM fans be like, Shuni needs more percussion, and then when the percussion comes out, they mad.
Real.
No, there was like... Well, there were people like me who were salty about Bookworm, but there were some people who were happy.
People were salty about it just because it only played in the second half.
Yeah, true. People were like, "Bro, it doesn't play in the first half."
Bro, if it played in the first half and then didn't play in the Punkleton verse, that transition would have been...
Yeah, like at that point they just wanted to play... Dude, Bookworm would actually be freaking awful if it played the entire song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like way more annoying. It would be like
it would actually give me a headache. So I think we got lucky with where it plays.
Yep, we did. So is that everything we need to talk about?
That is indeed everything we need to talk about.
So now I can say
we are.
song.
What?
So now we say our opinions on the full song and stuff.
This is like easily the best song we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
Yes,
I wish I could say that Shanty's the best song we talked about.
It is the best. Shanty is the best song we've talked about so far.
No, not Shanty. No.
What, Lee? Are you salty about Shanty now suddenly?
Uh-oh.
Sanctum.
No.
Oh. Well, I mean, I like Sanctum. I actually don't know which of the two.
We didn't even give...
go for very different vibes, so it's not very...
Bro, we didn't even give Sanctum a yes, it's good rating.
Yeah, because viewers would get mad.
Listen.
We literally gave Amber a yes, it's good rating.
Yeah, them...
Yeah, because majority vote. Like,
exactly.
The thing with, like, Sanctum is that it's a good song buried under a lot of problems. Shanty doesn't have as much problems as Sanctum does.
Exactly, man, exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize that. That's why we're doing this in the first place.
Exactly. So it's...
Like, yeah, like, Shanty...
Bro, what? Watch.
Arguably
Get the Firehaven and Arrow will be just as denial as I would be.
True. Lean, you're gonna be even more in denial when we get a psychic.
Lean's gonna be
just rapidly deteriorating throughout the series.
Lean's downward spiral.
Alright, let's run the outro.
Alright, Arrow, run the outro.
Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to both this channel and the channels of all of us, especially me. I need that talk show. And be sure to say your opinions down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear it.
Tell us what you think of Shanty.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Tell me what's Mutual's God.
Or maybe you wouldn't. Just joking. So yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Goodbye.
Alright.
Two-headed monster do be popping off though.